Hi, this is Avi from the Co-Learning Lounge, and today we present you the IPL Fantasy Team of the Day. We have a very exciting match on our hands between DC and KXIP. So, what exactly are we doing here? We're using statistics and building our own data science model to give you the best choice for our fantasy teams for the day. To know more about this project, check out our project discussion link in the description. And additionally, we will try to give you a pro tip for the playing fantasy cricket. Stay till the end to know what our pro tip for today is. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community. The links will be there in the description below. We will share all our instant updates related to the match, be it our playing 11 or any other updates which happen. And you can catch us here every day before the match, before the toss happens. So let's dive straight into it without wasting any further time. There are a lot of big names on either side of the game. We have a new captain coming into foray. So here's our pick for today's match. Starting with people who practically select themselves, Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul have been in sublime form before the lockdown went into place. They've been probably been in the form of their lives when it comes to or short form cricket. So they practically select themselves in the team. Both of them are keepers, so that gives us an additional advantage that they'll be giving us points through their wicket keeping as well. Shikhar Dhawan and Shreyas Iyer. Shikhar Dhawan is an Indian veteran. We expect him to perform really well. Left-handed batsman. Shreyas Iyer is Delhi's captain. He has been in great form. He has a lot of performance pressure on himself, and he really thrives under it. So he's also in our playing 11. Mayank Agarwal, sort of a gamble, but he's been in good form, in good touch, even in Ranji cricket and in the ODIs he played. He did not look scratchy at all. Coming on to the all-rounders, we have Akshar Patel and Glenn Maxwell. Glenn Maxwell is everyone knows about his love affair with Dubai, so we know he's bound to perform well. He is just coming out of a century in the English and Australian ODI setup, and he is the perfect player to play IPL with his bowling contributing in almost every match he plays, and his batting being in great touch right now. Akshar Patel has been contributing with the bat and ball both, and his batting has improved significantly. So we expect him to perform here as well. Rabada is an amazing death bowler. He's probably one of the best in the world right now. We remember in the DC versus KKR match last year where he defended 10 runs in the super over and managed to win the game for DC despite Andre Russell being on strike for KKR. So that's going for him. Amit Mishra, an IPL veteran, he does give away more runs, but he's also bound to select a lot of wickets, and we're expecting him to do the same right now. Uh, Mohammad Shami again practically select themselves with the form he's going into this IPL. Performed really well in the World Cup last year, took a hat trick as well. So he is in great form. And then we have Rahman. He can practically be the X factor here, and if he plays well, he can really go the long way. Uh, Plus, we've seen how spinners are important in conditions like here, so we're expecting that to also play well for him. Now coming on to our alternatives, this is basically our playing 15. If you wanted to, shuffle things up a little bit, Nicholas Puran is another good choice. He's also a wicket keeper, although probably he won't be the first choice wicket keeper for uh, KXIB, but he's a great batsman coming out of a decent form. We have Alex Carey, again, another keeper. And although not the first choice, there's a good chance that he might keep if DC don't want to uh, burden Pant with that responsibility. Carey, again, just like Maxwell, is coming out of his first ODI 100 from the Australia versus England game. So he must be in great confidence right now. Then we have Chris Gale, obviously one of the greatest T20 players to have ever played the game, but he hasn't played the CPL. He pulled out of it, so there's not a lot of practice under him in the last few months, if you could say. which is probably why he is not making our playing 11. But then again, he practically can play any sort of situations and any sort of bowlers, so that's going in for him. Then you have Karun Nair, who is again an excellent batsman and can play a really good innings given he thrives under these conditions. So that is our playing 11 and our playing 15. Talking about today's pro tip, although this game does not have a possibility of a newcomer or a debutant coming in, we would always recommend going with a debutant if they're selected in the playing 11, because given the nature of how competitive IPL is, not even probably, it's actually the most competitive form of T20 cricket. Anybody who's selected for the playing 11 in an IPL game is probably at their peak of their performance, and does, given all the performance pressure around them and about given their form, they are bound to perform really well, at least in the couple of games when they start playing IPL. So if you see a debutant in the playing 11, we'd recommend just go ahead and select him, regardless of their previous non-IPL performances. So that's it for today's playing 11. If you have different choices, if you have different opinions, please let us know in the comments. If you have any questions, you can again do the same. Let us know in the comments. We'll be here to answer to your queries, and you can join our WhatsApp and Telegram groups to know our updated teams in case any of these players miss out in the last minute, or there are injury scares or changes happen during the toss. We'll let you know on these groups. Uh, and yeah, subscribe our channel, and all the best.